Live. And I did. It's Friday night, y'all. Friday night. It's time to get it in. Time to get it in, my friends. It's time to get it in. Yeah. Yes, indeed. What's up, ladies? What's going on?
Hi, guys.
Oh,
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, everyone. Hello.
there we go. There we go. We got the crew in here, y'all. We got the whole crew. Ladies, y'all all right?
I'm great.
Yes.
How are you
Well, I'm
guys?
glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear it. Y'all come on up in here. Come on up in here, everybody. Come on back, truckers, and talk to Teddy Bear. Who remembers that commercial, man? Who remembers that old school commercial? My man used to say, "Come on back, truckers, and talk to Teddy Bear."
Oh, no.
Y'all don't know. See, y'all not old school. Y'all young bucks. Y'all young
Some of my
bucks.
memories are gone. I like your hair, China.
It's
That's
a
cute.
country. It's a
Thank
country
you.
commercial about cars, or it's about, I can't remember. It's country. It's country songs, country music. Yes, indeed. We got some new members in the house. Keisha, member. Hey, y'all, look here, y'all. Let's get down to what we do. Yes, indeed. Let's get down to what we do, how we do, when we do, what we do. Because we do. Yes, we do, everybody. I'm
Finally
excited.
got my
It's Friday.
tablet up and running.
Yay.
Well, let me do the roll call, and then we're going to start talking. Because I can't actually hear y'all. I'm listening to this music. I should have had the music playing on a different channel. And being a sound engineer, okay? I'm a sound engineer, y'all. And I don't even have my sound together here. I'm terrible. On some stuff, I'm terrible, man. Terrible. Preparation, terrible. Okay? Shout out to Mo Retta, Beth, Mikey. Keisha's in the house. Yes, indeed. Look at China over there. Look at her. Got her hair braided. Yes, indeed. I got both ladies, one dreaded and one braided.
Yeah.
That's how we get down. Me.
It's hot.
And y'all see my waves? Y'all see that? Yep.
The way you got it going.
Yeah. That's right. Old school. Yes, indeed. My main man, Willpower. Yes, indeed. Beth Mikey. What's up, Latu Haruna? Mo Retta, Mo Better, She Barhi. What's up, Kimberly Ortiz? Yes, indeed. Beth Mikey's in the house. Beth Mikey is a new member. That's a membership in the house, y'all. Yes, indeed. Let's get it in. Let's do what we do. Show love. Good gracious. That's all we got. We all we got. Yvette Pinay. That's a noodle. A penne is that's a noodle, right? You can make some bomb mac and cheese or some other Italian dishes with that, you know, because I know how to cook over here. Yes, I do. Kimberly Ortiz. What it do, Kimberly? Country girl with grit. Danita Joe is in the building. Yes, she is. What's up, Jennifer? Franklin's in the house. Britt Bratt, talk to us. Tell us what it is. Tell us what it do. Tanya Rogers. What's up, Cherylina? Cherylina in the house. What's going on? Holly Mayersky. How you doing, Holly Mayersky? Need Holly Mayersky to report to the office, please. Yes, indeed. What's up, Ronnie?
Okay.
Ronnie C. Franklin in the building. Britt, Brad, Miss Amy. Look at my girl, Linda. Evelyn is in the house. Yes, indeed. We got some new members in here, y'all. Keisha Chanel. Thank you. Everybody, come on in here. Get on up in here. Keisha Spady. Yes, indeed. Just like candy. I can feel it when you walk. Hey, y'all see how I feel when I get medicated? I got some little medication going on. Yes, indeed. It feels good. It feels good. Yes, it
Happy
does. Yes,
medicine.
it feels good. Yes,
Not the
indeed. My
man who
doctor hooked
said,
me up.
not the man who said he don't believe in meds. That's
Listen
unreal.
here. If you felt the pain that was going through my back section, you would have been like, okay, okay. You know what? It's kind of like when a woman having a child, she like, look, I'm doing this all natural. I'm gonna thug it out. I'm gonna get here on this table. I'm gonna thug it out. And then them labor pains kicking in. She be like, whoa, 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 whoa,
That's a
whoa.
near-death experience. What you
Where
talking
where
about?
is where is the anesthesiologist? Where
You
is
know what?
That was
huh?
me.
That wasn't my case though, because I didn't want my children to be born with drugs in their system. So I did not allow myself.
There you
Yep.
go. There you go. Childbirth
You're a
is a
trooper.
natural thing. It is
Anesthesia.
all
I was like,
natural.
I need the anesthesia, please. I would need for you. I'm gonna turn
Keisha was
this
like,
way,
hey,
go right
doc.
in that spot.
Keisha was like, hey, doc, put this thing in fifth gear. Please, Lord have
I
mercy.
was like,
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna need for you
Please.
to do
And
this.
thank you. Please and thank you. Yes,
Yes.
indeed. I see you beyond blessed
Oh,
librarian. There go Bella. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, listen, everybody. First of all, I want to shout out the new membership. We got a membership on to YouTube now. You know what I'm saying? That's how they do it. They saying, hey, y'all, check this out. Because we ain't gonna keep on sending support to you every month. So you gonna have to do it like this, champ. That's how they saying it. They say, hey, dog, do it too, man. I said, all right, hey, man. It ain't. I appreciate the love. Keisha, first one in it. Keisha, thank you so much. Yes. Beth, Mikey, you in the house. Beth, thank you too. Linda, Evelyn, backing it up. Yes, indeed. Get your membership today and be a sponsor. Yes, indeed. Can I shout out to the sponsorship? Yes, I will. Yes, I can. Yes, I will. Yes, good people. Because, yes, Lord, in the day and age that we living in, good God. Did I say good God? The day and age we living in, boy, this thing is terrible out here. Can I say something to my main girl over there, Patrice Bean? Hey, YOLA. That sounds like Jason.
Yeah. The kiss of Jason.
Oh my goodness, you better stop it. You better stop it. The needed Joe. And of course, Connie. Man, you special. Connie is special, y'all. Y'all can say what y'all want. Connie, special. Thank you so much. Love and appreciate you. That's what my man said. Man, put my mixtape in your brother's pocket. Less of the Billy Blanks and more. What was that line? That was in Norbit. I am a movie buff. If you hang out with me, you got to know some movies on some level. Okay.
Too bad.
You got to know some movies on some level. You got to know some movies on some level. If you don't, you ain't going to understand nothing I'm saying. You just going to be like, huh? Kind of like how y'all feel right now.
I think the membership good too, because as they tighten up on these truths and the shadow banning and everything that they do, some things they might try to wipe out before they get posted. And it's some things you can put exclusively in the membership that if they try to do their algorithm shenanigans, people still get the content and the help they need, because they want people to pay for this stuff, like therapy and all that stuff. And
there you go. That's why I think I made it the minimum. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. I made it the minimum.
Things on here.
I am so heated right now because my tablet decided it wanted to do a software update, and I can't see the comments in the chat.
Oh my God.
Oh wow. Well, you lucky. At least yours is still working while we're speaking. Because usually when you do an update and you hit and it clicks onto the update, yeah, that's it. That's it. Nope. You down until it's finished with the update. Kimberly.
Oh, we got Kimberly, my birthday was yesterday too. Happy birthday.
Your birthday was
guys.
Yes. It was my birthday. Kimberly birthday. It was Raquel's birthday. We the August crew.
Right.
No, that's what
Okay.
we
my
do.
God.
Rachel's birthday, Keith's birthday.
I love all
is
months, though. I celebrate
Kimberly
everybody's birthday all
Artiste
month.
got a birthday. Can we say happy birthday in the chat one time, y'all? Can we say happy birthday to you? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. How old are you? How old?
46. Woo-hoo.
Uh-oh. You said 26, y'all. Hello.
Yes.
You cannot beat that. Hey, I'm with you.
Yes.
Gracious, my God.
Moving on up.
There you go. There you go.
At least you don't feel like it.
I know.
Man, that's the good
feel
part
like what?
about it. Your
Like I'm
age.
46. I know.
You don't feel like what?
I don't feel like 46.
Oh, 46. You 46?
Yes. 46.
Oh, good.
Moving on up. I feel like a lot of ages.
Y'all be eating, man. Y'all just be looking like you straight up was just like 29, 32 somewhere. What do y'all
It's
eat?
not
Man?
what we're eating.
See, that's how it is with women. Y'all look young, stay young, till y'all get past 60. Then it's just downhill. Men, we gotta fight for it. You know what I'm saying? We gotta fight for it.
Oh, so you're telling me I only have 11 more years like this? I don't think so.
Right.
Yeah, that's how it is. If we don't make the rules, we just follow them. Okay.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we got some beautiful things that we get to do as we get closer, to setting a date for our get together. And man, we got plans. Good gracious, man. It's like I be having so many plans in my mind, y'all. They be big, but I'll be focused on one thing. So everything else surround that one thing, it ain't gonna be in order. Excuse me. Good gracious.
Okay.
Hey, Charlena. Wow. My
I
goodness,
wish this
y'all
thing would
be
hurry
looking
up.
good for the ages y'all, man. I mean, looking wonderful. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, we about to deliver some high energy content to you. You know what I'm saying? Some wisdom that you're going to use and need. Ooh, thank God. Lord, help us get through this session and touch these people. Yes, because some people need some touching out here right now.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Need some touching. Need some holding and some guidance. Okay, some guidance. So tonight's topic. Let me see. Let me look at it. Uh-oh.
You spelled it right.
I think I spelled it right. Everything. I didn't have any hiccups in it. Good morning. I made
It's
it
a
through.
miracle.
Oh my God.
Hey. That's crazy because you go on YouTube and try to spell or StreamYard and try to spell it. Ain't no spell check on StreamYard. You couldn't do that on your cell phone. Crazy, right? Crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we gonna go ahead and get down with the get down. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna get right to it because that's how they like it. Get right to it. Ladies, because ladies first. I usually start it out, but I'm gonna let y'all go first tonight. How do you escape? Well, you know what? I'm gonna start it out. And then I'm gonna let y'all answer because there's more to this than just that. Let me build it up. How do you escape from a narcissist? So most people, by the time you are feeling free and you've escaped and everything, you start looking back and you like, escape. I'm not giving that much credit to say I escaped. But we gotta keep it real. We gotta keep it real. We gotta keep it 100. We gotta keep it 100. You do not just leave a narcissist. It don't work that way.
No.
You don't just leave the devil. It don't just work like that. And anybody telling you that they were in a relationship with a devil, and when they figured it out, they just up and left and they was gone. You a lie. You a lie. I said it. You a lie. Because and the reason I'm saying that is because when you're dealing with one of them, first of all, you don't even know what it is. You don't know what it is. You done dealt with a few of them in your life. You didn't know what they were. You didn't even know how to deal with it. You're in the situation and you're trying to figure out what this is. First of all, what is it? Who acts like this? So everything in your life is a mystery while you're dealing with it, while you're going through that part of it. You're trying to figure this out. Like, okay, what exactly? Who does this? Who lives this way? Who thinks like this? Who is this negative? Who is this abusive? Who is this grimy? Who is this cruddy? Who would do such? And why am I still here? Why am I still dealing with this crazy fool? Why am I trying to make this look better than what it is? Okay. And for those of us that married it, for those of us that took the plunge and married it, you staying in it. We stay in it. We get in it. We staying in it, and we stay in it and stay in it and stay in it because we've been taught. Marriage is work. We've been brainwashed. Marriage is work, y'all. It's hard work. It's sacrifice. It's long suffering. That's what we've been taught that marriage is. So when you get in there and you with somebody who's abusive, and then let's not forget about this part, y'all. When you met them and y'all was getting to know each other very early on, the narc told you a story about their childhood and something they went through. Okay. Yeah, that's everybody in here. The narc told you about something they went through crazy in their life, in their childhood, whether they got touched, they got molested, or they got this, that, something that's out of it that would make you believe that it turned them into this monster that would make all of their bad behavior acceptable. Because every time you get into it with this person, every time you get into it with the narc, not just get into it with them, every time they're doing something that is abusive to you, you go back. The first thing that you recall mentally is, when you went through that situation, man, they messed you up. When you went through that situation as a kid, they messed you up. So now you feel sorry for them instead of saying, "Oh, you don't have no access to me no more. It's over." So knowing all of that, and then knowing that you are addicted to this chemical cocktail, this just formulating in your mind, this serotonin, this dopamine, this, I can't even remember the names of the chemicals going through your mind. They're making you think
mainly dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine. They kind of hit all of them at different stages.
Okay. So you got this cocktail that's going, that you have become addicted to every time you going back and forth with them. And it's addictive to you because you're right every time. So the argument isn't just an argument that you can see. It's an argument that, hey, I'm right. So you feel like you're arguing, and you're arguing because you're right. They know you're right.
Right.
They know you're right, but they got you arguing about something you're right about. What do you think that does to your mind? Yeah. So tonight, knowing all when they say soul ties, I don't believe in a soul tie. I just think that's that Mazel Tov cocktail, that's going through your system that you're addicted to. So guys, we putting that question out tonight. Ladies,
you can call it a marriage
y'all,
in the spirit.
how do you escape from a narcissist? Go ahead, Keisha. Get it started.
You can call it, it's pretty much, you got a divorce on all 5 planes, like physically, mentally, financially, emotionally, because emotionally and psychological is 2 different kind of chemicals going on there.
Hold it, Keisha. We first and foremost, these people came in here tonight because they want to be free. They done heard that answer before. Okay.
They all know they
looks
split.
like. They know what no contact looks like and sounds like. No. We going into layman terms tonight. What does it look like the first day that you have decided this is it? What does that look like to start to cut somebody off? Because it's still a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't just stop. Okay, you know what? At exactly 5:14 today, it's over. So take us to what exactly that cutoff, that breakup, what does that look like to escape? You're trying to get out. Okay. What does that look like when you saying I'm out? What does it look like?
I'm gonna I think she's muted. She's muted.
I am. I had some background stuff going on.
Oh.
Okay, first you gotta go through them 5 planes. The physical gonna hit you first, because that's the plane you've been used to dealing with. So you're gonna go through physical withdrawal. First, it's gonna feel like a relief, for the first couple days.
What do you mean first? What
does this is some stages.
Look like? What does
it look like? Multiple stages.
What does the first minute look like? What does the separation moment look like?
Confusion. First, it's gonna be chaos, confusion. You really not even gonna know what the heck is happening, because it's gonna catch you off guard. So you might be blindsided as to what all is unfolding. That take a little bit, and then you're gonna have it's gonna be a huge dramatic play. Like, you might have legal involved, you might be hurt, injured. It's a lot of things that play out when a narcissist is finally done, because they want to destroy you. That's their ultimate goal. So that's gonna play out. You might catch them cheating. Something major is going to happen that's gonna be blindsiding and disruptive. And so initially you're gonna feel like this might be like one of those other times. If this is a final, if you finally done, and then you're gonna go through some
hold it. Slow down. You done said I'm done with this person 11 times.
Wait, before you answer,
this
Keisha,
time done?
Let me say this though, but I think that's like a one-sided question, because you're only speaking to the people who got a chance to say that they were done. Other people were blindsided. So we have to answer both sides of the coin of this. We can't just do one.
Oh, what you mean by that?
But like, the person just ghosted them.
Oh, okay. You're right.
Right. And the first time you literally caught off guard. Like the last time I got, somebody choke you, that's like, I'm done. Like, but you so caught off guard because they turned into the demon, like Ronnie said. That's that time where you really realize, man, okay, I'm dealing with the devil. I just seen a whole shapeshift. So something emergent and so destructive has happened, to where a decision has to be made. Once that decision is made, you realize, like, I have to make a choice here, because it's life or death. That separation gonna immediately happen. You're gonna feel instant relief for a couple days or so, to those chemicals are gonna want that drug, that addiction to that push pull, that tiny bits of love. It becomes an addiction. And so after about a week or so, you're gonna try to reach out. Maybe, I don't know, it might take a couple times. If you're trying to remain no contact, you got to give your brain those 21-day chances, turnovers, multiple times before you can start getting them out your system. 40 days is a cleansing. It's like a 40-day fast. 40 days is major.
40 days. Who I'm talking about, somebody who wants out and can't see how to get out, but realizes they can't go no further, but
that person need prayer. They in it, they want out, they can't get out. Intercession,
they
because
can
you
get
dealing
out.
with some spiritual stuff
Anybody
here.
can get out, but I'm saying let's talk about that push pull. You know, you want to be out, you can't justify why you in it, but you just can't for some odd reason.
Are they in
I
or
can't
out of the
just leave
Lulu?
you alone.
You
If
know
they
what?
still
And
in the
that's
Lulu land, that mindset
You ain't
has
in the
to be
Lulu.
broken.
You ain't
Are
in
they
the
still
Lulu,
with them?
but you still emotional. You still emotional, and you know it's like you afraid of the unknown.
That's the
it's not
Lulu.
even just that. I believe that it's also an ego thing. Everybody suffer from an ego, you know, and you don't want to face the fact that somebody do not want you. And so that
And
makes
and,
it.
and, and China also speak on this, how you don't want people that knew you of a certain status to see you at a different status.
But
I
that's
mean,
parts. You getting into parts, because when people are with the narcissist, they are fragmented. They're not even their true self. Like, that's still a part of the Little Land. Think of the Little Land with multiple neighborhoods. You're not always in the love bomb fog. Part of your Delulu Land is knowing who this monster is and thinking that we gonna work it out because we both jacked up here and there. That's still a part of that whole delusional identity. That has to be addressed in order for any type of healing to occur. None of that can start until you separated from the narcissist. You can't even begin to see inside yourself because you in a fake character the whole time you with the narcissist until that's separated, because God the only one who can show you that. He can't show you that you in the pit with the devil and you want to be there. That's free will.
but
Even
you
you crying and you like, I want to get out and da. Part of you still made that choice. Like, maybe if he changed, God know the heart. Even if our heart deceive us, he know our heart think if he changed or if she changed, I still might get him a chance. He know when you done in the heart. That's when he step in. Other than that, the Lululand, you might try therapy, you might try some medicine, y'all both might go. All kind of stuff happens in the Lululand, but
But you
it's a
know what?
trap.
I want to kind of push back on that part when she said that we're in a false character. For me, like I said, what I've been through as a child, that's who I was molded to be. And so, really, me changing into the person that they turned me into is not a false character, because I was never myself because of the abuse. I was molded into something. So, when you leave these situations and you take the time to heal and fix yourself, that's the person that you were meant to be. That's the person that you become. Because as a child, I never had the opportunity to heal from what I've been through. Then got into my first relationship with my first husband at the age of 15, married him at 18. Yes. And Harry,
Oh, okay.
you act like
I'm
this
about
is
to
new.
say, nah, Elvis was the only one that married somebody. Well, his wife, I think, was 13 or 12. Okay. 15.
But
How you married? You wasn't married to
no,
nobody at
I said
15.
married at 18. I got in the relationship at 15 and I
Okay.
was married at 18. And then after
Okay.
that, got
Okay.
into another one. So I really never had that time to process my life and to heal and become who I was supposed to be. So I was able to be molded into who that person wanted me to be. So I don't think that it was a fault. We were a false character. I think that that was the molding of that person. But then in the end, you end up mirroring them, and
Mhm.
then they don't like what they see, because what you're doing to them is what they're doing to you. And now they can't say it's wrong because they're doing the same thing. And that's when they start that push pull and that distance and everything, because now they don't want to see what's in that mirror that you're now holding up to them.
So when we go into like a deliverance, like say somebody come and they going through this, they coming out of this, and you addressing it from a deliverance perspective. Say they've been in all the therapies, nothing worked, they still got this and they've been tormented. Well, when you go biblical, what happens in childhood with trauma, another you is formed that God did not create. So you have the core you that God created, And then another trauma base, which they call protectors or defense mechanisms, start to be formed. So these beings, and they're like beings, personalities, they're created, but they're not created by God. They're created out of pain and trauma. So what the enemy does, he forms strongholds in the mind. So that's where it goes into like the imaginations, tearing down strongholds, all of that stuff. These beings, unloving spirit, rebellion, rejection, they think that they are the person. And what they do is they are gatekeepers, and they set up for other spirits to latch on, and they live out their function. An unloving spirit is going to make sure the person always feel unloved. A rejection spirit is going to make sure a person is always feeling rejected, reject themselves, reject others, fear rejection. All of that goes in that tree. So these spirits are beings. They're not just demons, they're beings, and they have personalities. And so when someone is being healed, first, once they hit puberty, they become spiritually dead. If you spiritually dead, meaning you've been sinning, then your real being, the real core you, has been carried off and imprisoned. That's like a light being carried off. Only Christ can free that. That's why he died, to set the captive free. Then he get the core you back. Now it's two of you. That's where double-mindedness comes. Because this creation that we form out of trauma is still there in our body, and then God is still there in our body. That's the true battle. That's the battle when they send in the narcissist. That's the battle when you go through all of these things. You're trying to see God, but there's another you in there. And that other you got the potential to be angry, depressed, and all these other things that connect to the demonic kingdom. That you have to die. That's when he said we got to die to our old self. And then the God you have to be nurtured and formed through the renewing of the mind, and learn how to walk and talk and be birthed and be in the likeness of the creator. That's what happens when we come out of these situations, because the enemy never meant for us to survive it. The narcissists, they're spiritually dead. The fake them that they created, multiple masks of them, multiple beings, have took residence in their body, and they just flip-flopping in and out. We may not have ever met the core of them that God created that was in prison, because they imprisoned because of the contracts to the angel of death that's in the abyss. So they're tethered to decay. Everything they touch decays or destroys because of that tethering they have. That's something that only God can free them out of. But when people are lukewarm or half like know God and then grew up in this world, and that's most of us, because we most of us grew up in America. We're learning this when God is pulling us out, because he's separating the wheat from the tare. He's trying to get us to our real true identity. And that's when we start being introduced to the fragments. Like my fragment self, that's who lived most of my life. More than likely, I had a career me, I had an educated me, straight A's, do all of that stuff. But then looking back on parts of my life is so many memory blocks, because I was able to dissociate with trauma. Anytime that there's memory gaps, that means that there was a splitting, and that's what God has to go in and heal and reveal through time after being separated from the narcissist.
Well, let me say this. Facts, ladies and gentlemen, just all facts in here. Y'all getting it straight. Y'all getting it straight
as we go through it.
So I was having a conversation earlier today, and this is a topic that we talked about, how, because, somebody was asking me, like, how did you escape? How did you, like, what's your story? How did you escape, right? And at first I was like, escape? What? And then I thought about it. Yeah, bro. And I had to say, whoa, you know what? So first of all, the amount of time, one thing I always try to help everybody with is, man, I don't want to see you wasting all the time that I did. However, the one, y'all hear that? The one benefit of being ladies and gentlemen, before y'all try it now, the one benefit that I have over some others is the amount of time. So when I'm telling you stuff like don't look at their social media and don't do this and don't do that, when I'm telling you these things, I have an advantage.
Yeah.
And the advantage that I have is that I was there for so long. I was there for so long that I can honestly say if I was in a place today where I couldn't see this person or does it, or I would say that I was there that long and I don't know this person, then something is really wrong with me. To have been somewhere for 25 years and I don't know who, I still don't know what happened. I don't know why this is. I don't know if this person is this way. Did she change? Did she go do better in life? Did she this? Did she that? Hell no. Hell, she ain't changed. She ain't changed nothing. Hey, she got worse. Have I talked to her? No. Would I? Y'all know better.
See, and that's the thing. People think that they do when, if you notice, they always was around as long as they were able to abuse you and manipulate you. But when you started standing up for yourself, you became difficult. You became a person that they couldn't handle. They don't run to somebody like you. They run to somebody weaker. If that's the case, they would stay and fight. They have quit in them because they don't know how to stay and fight. They run because now the tables have turned on them. And then when you start bringing up what they're doing to you, all of a sudden now you're abusing them. You're mentally and physically abusing them. Anything you say is now you're the abuser when they were the abuser the whole time. And that's what they do.
Yeah.
And then they, like I said, that next person, that's all a stunt. You guys watching their Facebook is pointless. It's a show. It's a show, and you get all in your feelings. Oh, he's with a new chick or she's with a new guy and all of this. I mean, one thing you got to understand, a person that left you that had to go out with a bang is not happy somewhere else.
Come on. Listen. Somebody, listen, y'all. Somebody that left you and was already in a relationship with somebody else, and you called yourself married. I'm gonna say that for the people that heard it but need to hear it again. You were married to this garbage, and the day you got your pink slip, they were in a relationship, and you got the nerve to be walking around here talking about how they might have changed for this other thing, how they might have got it together, how they stopped lying, how they stopped cheating. You stopped cheating and stopped lying and stopped being a deceiver because you left me. Some of us, we tethering along the line of foolery.
Yeah,
that was me. That is how it is.
It would explain anything on this level of how they have gone somewhere. Oh, they acting right over there. Over where? Where is a narcissist acting right? Where?
In your imaginations and Delulu.
Say what?
In imagination land in Delulu, because I can speak for people who may have took the course that I took. It was really hard to really that split happened so much in my life. Like I can imagine a whole world. Like I was able to live in imaginary land for a very, very long time. It got me through many different phases of life. And so when people have that much dissociation, that much daydreaming, that much training through trauma, through all of that stuff, mainly people growing up in them narcissistic families, it trains you to become a person that is more living and believe in the reality of their imagination than the reality of what's actually happening. meaning you might lack common sense. Like you can be book
to.
smart, you can be spiritual smart, you can have all of these honors, you can do all of this stuff. However, if you have not addressed that trauma, healed, God did some things, you will still fall into these pitfalls and not have common sense.
And that's why I say, we need to take some accountability in these situations too, because we can say all that we want about them, but at the same time, we are holding on to a version of them that we created in our head. And then that's when we try to change somebody into who we want them to be. We're trying to mold somebody who has shown us that this is who I am.
It's not just shown you. Thanks for saying that part, because let me be the first to stand here. Let me be the first one to stand here and say this for everybody. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, the reason that I stayed in bondage, I stayed in hell, I stayed with the devil in person. The reason? Because I was too weak to cut it off. I did not have just broke that screen again, man. I'll be cutting my finger when I touch my screen on that phone. Listen, I did not. I was whatever I could say. I was weak. Dude, I sat somewhere for 25 years knowing I didn't want to be there. After the first year, I knew I didn't want to be there. And I still sat there and still contemplated, asking questions, still arguing back and forth. I was still holding on. It was a part of me that wanted to still be in that crazy madness.
That's because
a part of me.
Your love was real. Your love was real. That's hard to let go of. When you love somebody for real, they are hard for you to let go of, despite what that person is doing to you. Like I said, I stayed in that abusive marriage for so freaking long because I was afraid to let go. I was afraid of the unknown. I didn't want to start over.
Was it. That part, the unknown. Like I thought that if I divorced this fool, something bad was gonna happen to me. Not thinking what worse than this could happen to you. What could happen to you that's worse than what's already happening to you?
Yeah.
That was the question that I never asked myself. Like, bruh, what in this world on this planet could possibly be worse than what you're dealing with right here, right now? Besides, you going out here and finding somebody that's worse than that. And it's no way. After you've been through with somebody, and I ain't talking about y'all who just with somebody, you can say y'all had some good times and bad times. I ain't talking about that. Okay. Those some little cute little relationships. I'm talking about when you know you with a devil.
Right.
When you know you with a devil, you can't even be a fool. You can't even be a fool and go and back into something worse than what you were just in. No, you can't even foolishly, even lustfully, like, oh man, I just lust for this person. I know that they ain't no good.
Because you're really under a spell and don't even realize it. Like Lyric in here is saying, like those ties to the occult, the Eastern Stars, the other ones, all the lodges, Mason, everybody know which ones they are. Those ties right there, those are some different type of spirits that are attached to that. People are bewitched. That's why he said, foolish Galatians, who have bewitched you. Like people are in idolatry. They are mesmerized. The way that this person actually look and smell and all of that stuff is not even what you are experiencing when you're under the spell, when you are bewitched. You don't even know that they look like that. Like they have the ability to alter your perception and your senses. There are some out there, some entities that you won't smell it until you're away from them. And then you smell them again. You're like, oh my gosh, you smell horrible. You always smell like this. And people around you will be like, yeah, but you didn't smell it because you was in the Lululand. The Lululand will take you somewhere else. It's like anesthesia.
Okay,
Like
you're right. You're right.
somewhere else in your
You're
mind.
right. But how do we come out of the Lulu?
God, only God
What
can
does
do
that
that.
process look like?
That's like the rich man where he was saying that it's hard for it's easier to find a needle in a haystack than for the rich man to get into heaven because of the mindset. And then they was like, well, then that would be impossible. He was like, with people, therapy, human beings, and all of that, it's impossible. Yes, it is. But with God, all things are possible. So for even the codependent, which is very toxic, people think codependent, oh, well, they're the good ones. No, they will slay somebody too for that narc, for their idol. That's like echoing the narcissist in the mythology. They equally toxic. They got that narcissist is their god, that demon that's inside the narcissist, because it ain't even them, it's something else. But that thing right there have to die. That character has to die, has to be put to death. It has to be found out, and people have to say those words, I was wrong. You know, that pride be like, well, nah, they just was this horrible person. They was this. No, I was wrong. I picked a horrible con artist person. Something was wrong with me. You know, that's it.
But
And
they wasn't
be wrong.
horrible in the beginning, so you can't completely just say that. I mean, if they had shown us who they were in the beginning, we'd be like, hell to the no. So of course not. I mean, they wore masks.
He was all the way bad. I was 100% wrong.
Oh my God.
I'm without excuse. He was on the bike, man.
So that's why I say it the way I say it, because sometimes we just gotta call it out. We gotta call it out in a way. Like I would sit there. I remember one day she asked me, so why are you with me? And I told her, I said, I do not know.
We don't know.
I don't know.
It's a demonic setup.
I don't know why I'm with you, because I don't want to be.
Right.
I don't want to be. But let me not just say that though, because I knew I didn't want to be. Look, we got to be transparent here, because that's how we help people. I did not want to be with her, right? But it was still a side of me that wanted that crazy mess to work. Good God, I said it. Don't judge
fantasy.
Me. I said it. Don't judge me.
You fall in love with the fantasy. Now I could say that in reality, everything was wrong with dude. In the fantasy world, I mean, it was like, okay, you can fight. You like the bad guy turned God. We can work with that, like a publicist. Like we can work with that. I can do this, do that, and everybody's gonna like you. Trust me. You know, that's kind of how it was. But it was in the family. The role was the fixer. You know, not everybody destroying everything in the family, and you are the one that's going to come out and represent your family, and you are the fixer to make your family look normal. Your narcissistic family.
So we get gratification because, you know, I got to play Superman. I got to come save the day. I got to fix the things, the things that were broken, the things that were wrong. I got to, I got to be, I got to be the dad here. I got to be the father. Well, it wasn't much connected to it, but it was crazy connected to it. But at the end of the day, sometimes that's all we wanted. Like, okay, I just want my turn. I want my turn to be able to get the big piece of chicken on Thanksgiving and to be. I'm the one that get to say grace, and I'm the head of the table. And we put up with all this craziness just for those small moments. But at the end of the day, y'all, I never I never could justify why I was in that. Never could justify why I'm in this crazy mess, because it was crazy.
But it was crazy. What?
I do not have justification. I am not about to sit here in front on this show with y'all. I'm not about to sit on this show with y'all and tell y'all that it wasn't crazy. It was crazy. I do not have an answer for why I was asked. And I'm saying, even when I was talking to buddies of mine, I had another buddy that asked me the same thing. He was like, dog, why are you staying in it? And I remember the day I said, dog, I don't know. But when I think about me saying I don't know, I think back to, well, we got a really nice house. I got some nice cars. I make good money. This looks incredible. You know what I'm saying?
It's how the devil do. If he give you some little toys, that's what he do. Like Kanye said that one time, he was like, made a deal with the devil. It's a crappy deal for a few toys and a Happy Meal. That's what the devil does. He make crappy deals, and that's you got this.
That's it.
When people responding to this person on here, like demons are mad right now, and that's the only reason why he manifesting. But he can't get help because God do love him, but he just manifesting.
Listen, I'm telling you that when I was in that, man, looking at it, when I was looking at it, I was on the inside looking out. This is the part that wasn't speaking, because I'm looking back at, okay, what was I holding on to? That's what I was holding on to. The people that I knew, people that I grew up with, people that I felt, at least I thought, respected me. Everybody's looking at me, and everybody thinks that my life is so great. They don't know, even though they know that it ain't that great with this person, but at least it looks like, wow, y'all got through that mess over there. Y'all made it through that over there. All them times the police was at the house over there, y'all made it through that.
Got them, guys.
Went somewhere else.
China be on it.
They be on it. They be like, China, do you see the comments? It's a troll in there. Get them.
Who's in there? Somebody in the comments
tripping? It's like that Marvel with the Black Panther character had the bodyguards. China on it. Like, hold on, click, got it.
Got him. It was like, I saw the one comment was like, I'm not sure she sees the comments. I wasn't looking at the comments, guys. I'm sorry. But thank you for letting me know. And I got him. He's gone. But he has a million more. So he'll be back as Jose or somebody.
There
who
you
knows.
There you go. There you go.
That's how interesting the life is of a narc. It's not. The only thing that they try to do is see, how can I get somebody to notice me today? And not even a supply. They don't care. It is never enough. It's like, because it's a demon that has an insatiable appetite. That demon is never full. Okay, that person is gone.
Never. They are insatiable. They cannot get it together. They will not get it together. Listen. I said this 5 years ago. I'm gonna keep saying it. If you pay listen, y'all know how narcs praise money. If you paid a narcissist $1 trillion, they wouldn't stop being a narc. They wouldn't stop lying. They wouldn't stop cheating. They wouldn't stop abusing. They would not stop being who they are, because they cannot stop. If you were able to put 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion, they're not able to create a number. Okay.
That's one of their characters too, that like money. If people wanted to find narcissism in the Bible, it's a lot of different. 2 Timothy 3 describes it all, but there is a word in there: swindler. Okay, these things are swindlers. That's why they had the Timler, swindler, and all of that. When they really look up the definition, especially the Latin meaning of swindler, it's a fraudulent character. The whole person is a fraudulent being. And the old English definition meant to waste away. It say to waste away, to lose consciousness, meaning that this person, this shell that you were interacting with, consciously, their conscious is transferred somewhere else. There, you never was talking to the real them. Their little stories from childhood are fragments of stories. Some may be true, some may be parts of other stories, some may be things that they did in reverse. You will never know with them because they are put away to sleep. If you ever watched any documentaries on dissociative identity disorder, or people with multiple personalities that talk and have interviews, when they
Mm-hmm.
ask them where's the real you at, I don't know, they got put to sleep as a child. I've been the presenter for 10 years, or I've been a presenter for 20 years. I've been the presenter, and then I will let this one out, this one out, this one out. That's an extreme case, but the narcissist at least got two. That presenter
Mm.
is not them. They probably went to jail and then became this. They were sister Cookie or something. So now Sister Cookie is the one you met, and you dealing with Sister Cookie for 10 years and wonder why she's ziggity boo. Well, Crystal
Mm-hmm.
Cove, the real her, the one that got in jail, she decided, I'm reinventing myself. That one don't exist, but it does. See, this is how cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs these people are.
Yeah.
You dealing with somebody that is a whole demon, demonic being, and that sadistic one loves your torture, loves
Yeah.
your tears, feed off of your pain.
Come on.
That's
Come
what
on.
they do, feed off the pain of your children. They will sit there and torment them and laugh and get fed and get energy off of it. And then they will go and take your money, take your car, take everything, and go torment the next household. And then rub it in your face, because that's what they do. They
And
doing
then
what
the
they
really,
do.
really sadistic ones will leave you for somebody else who's just as sadistic and antagonistic as they are. And they both get a kick out of making your life
Yeah.
live in hell. And
Yeah.
like I said, I was dragged through a supposedly divorce for 3 years. For what? And this man knew that we wasn't married. I don't know how he thought that was not going to come out in court, but that's the type of lifestyle that these people live. And I want to answer,
Crazy.
I never really got a chance to answer the question, but you said, how do you leave them? A lot of people are under the misconception because you left them physically that you also left them mentally. And that's why a lot of people are still thinking about them, because your body is not physically there, but your mental is. You're consistently
Hey.
thinking about this person, what they're doing over there with the new
Woo.
person. What did
Good
I do
God.
wrong? How can I get this person back? I don't want to lose my man or woman to this person.
Woo.
Your mind is consistently on what that person doing instead of trying to fix yourself. Even if you have those thoughts in your head, like, what did I do wrong? Even evaluate that so you can be better for the next person, because we
Wow.
all have our flaws. And that's why it's important for us to
Hey,
work on
Shauna.
us. And,
Yeah.
huh?
That
Yeah.
you just slapped me right in the head with that one. Cause
And,
man, when you were saying that, I was thinking about the OJ's old song. Your body's here with me, but your mind. So I think
right.
that was a part of my escape because my mind was no longer in that place. My mind was already somewhere else. I was already thinking, I want to be free. I was
Yeah.
looking at the clouds. I was looking at the sky. I was looking at nature. I was mentally checked out of the. It's just like a narc. This is at the end of a relationship. They have checked out of the building.
They was checked out when you
They
met.
never checked in. They never checked in. They was just using one of your keys to get in the room. They never checked in.
Swindling means unconscious. That's the old English word. They not there. The lights are on, but no
That's
one's
it.
home.
That's it.
Exactly.
What we have to do is get a spirit of competition out, that narcissistic being raised by Jazzy grooms you for competition, because they put siblings against each other. They always have you looking at another trend, looking at this, looking at that, looking at yourself. Oh, why you gaining weight? Why you wearing that? Why you look like this? Why you need to do this? It's always something negative and tearing down that a narc Jezebel mom would do. So you train your unconscious, like your subconscious. Your subconscious will run on automatic to compare yourself to whatever this devil is doing, knowing you got free from the devil. So you really got free. You wanted to be free. But then this is how the enemy do with that backup plan, that slick plan. They put that new one out there, and it's like, well, dang, it seemed like they got somebody. What are they doing that I'm not? You know, it's like it bringing that old jazzy familiar spirit system.
Slow down. That's the design. That's the design, guys. When you're and you ask the perfect question right there, Keisha. What are they doing that I'm not doing? That's what it's designed to do to you, to make you attack you again, to make you think something wrong with you. It ain't them. Oh, they in a relationship. They happy somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, now before y'all start believing some mess like that, let me help you out. I don't want nobody on this channel to ever think that a narc out here treating somebody right, acting right, giving somebody something you didn't get. You crazy. They make it look like
it's cognitive distortions.
It might look like they went somewhere and they pretending that they you, because you done taught them you done gave them the entire blueprint of how to be you, how to say the things you say, how to act like you act. But please make sure you understand one thing. The most grotesque, the nastiest thing that they will ever have an appetite for, they won't have an appetite for, is being good to somebody. That is a hunger they never have had. How I'm gonna love somebody unconditionally, how I'm going to reciprocate good deeds. You ain't even never see that. There was never a competition in your house for who going spoil the other person the most. It was never a competition of who love who the most. No, you never got to enjoy something on that level. Because if you did, you'd be enjoying it right now. That ain't who you was with. And they did not take that and go to somebody else to, oh, I'm gonna act right over here though, because they don't treat me like you treated me. They don't just judge me. They don't just talk about me like I'm just this or that. They don't, this person is they're nothing like you.
They will go to anybody who believes or support they mask. That's it. Anybody that believe and or support the mask, the image, that their character. That's who they deal with. However they support it, financially, accolades, introducing them to people, whatever that support is, that's who they would deal with, is whoever would support the character of who they think they are. And it could be 2 or 3 characters. They might have 2 or 3 main, what they consider supply energy sources.
See, and that's why I tell you guys, even though, you teach them everything, you build them, you teach them proper etiquette, they take everything from you and go sell it to somebody else. And that's why that other person becomes obsessed with you. Because when that mask falls, they now know that what they were being sold was a version of you. And so now they're watching you, trying to figure out who you are. That's why they stalk your page and they be like, oh, well, that he was or she was this person the whole time, but this is who they truly are. And now it's too late, because they are in that soul tie and in that bond with that person, and they can't let that person go, or either they just so toxic together that it doesn't even matter to them. And that's, usually what they do. They run off to another toxic person, and then that stuff ended up exploding worse than what, happened with you guys. I mean, like I said, my first husband, I have not been with him in over 15 years, and my name stays in his mouth. Either he's trying to, have my daughter get us back together, or his new girlfriends are looking on my page. I've had one reach out to me, Messenger. I mean, and it's been this
Whew.
long, and you know, my name is still in his mouth because
See,
we are
see,
the standard. We set the standard because they know we are good people, but they don't know
Yes.
how to do right because they are so addicted to doing wrong. They chose that in childhood. They chose their path, and we chose ours. I would never inflict the type of pain on someone that was inflicted on me because I know how it feels. And that's why
right.
I'm like hyper vigilant. I mean, I could take this knowledge I have so too far that I could possibly chase the wrong person around because, like I told someone today, I feel like I'm not protecting my heart, I'm protecting my pain.
Yeah.
So that's, things like that those are the hard questions. Those are the hard questions that we have to ask ourselves, because that's where you find the answers to your freedom, like, and that's why I said what I said when I said what I said when I said. Y'all hear that? I ain't even stutter when I said that either. Well, that's why I said what I said when I said, whew, that I couldn't explain why I was there. But then when I think a little deeper into it, it was everybody saw me at a certain status. Everybody saw me on a certain level. So although I hated the situation I was in. I hated, let me say that for everybody, anybody, I hated it. I want y'all to think about it, man, of having the life you want with a person that does everything they can do to be your worst nightmare, your worst, everything that you do, everywhere you go. I was afraid to go on vacations. It'd be like, let's go to Mexico together. Let's go to Jamaica. I'd be like, man, not with you. And this the person that I was married to. I'd be like, nah, we gotta bring our son. We gotta bring him because I ain't going with you. We gotta go with our son. I ain't going nowhere with just you. Because I already knew that's a setup. We gonna be somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm not going somewhere to argue with you, for you to ruin another place on this planet that I'm gonna have a memory about. Because guys, for all of y'all that insist on traveling with them, you insist on going somewhere, being somewhere with them.
Yeah.
Listen, you're going to leave that place regretting that you went there with
Yeah.
this person, because the memory that you will leave with is, damn, man. Like every time I go somewhere with you, it's the same thing. We get into it and it's about something stupid. And a narc
If
is
they're not trying to
happier than
get
they
you
ever been.
missing.
Say
I
what?
mean, that if they're not trying to get you missing. I went literally to the portal destination spots. I'm like, I didn't even know. But the narc know. The narc know what they're trying to do. I'm up there in
Yes.
Arizona hiking. I mean, it's some desert. They got active bees. Active bees. I'm really a city girl. Cincinnati, that's it. Everybody can hear about Cincinnati. They do the most. However, I am not a desert hiking type of female. It is hot. It's over 100 and something degrees. Dry heat is still heat. In the desert where people get lost, rattlesnake. I'm looking at the signs like, I gotta have a little reading glass. The signs say active bees. Wait, this sign say it's a rattlesnake in here. Like,
It's a what?
But
rattlesnakes. It's rattlesnakes in the desert, man.
Oh,
I
I'm like,
believe
wow.
I
that.
want to be on when animals attack.
I ain't
Then
know
the
that.
narcissist, they'll be like, oh, you scared of some rattlesnakes? You scared of scorpions? Yes, I'm scared of rattlesnakes, scorpions, active
Everything.
bees, everything that's on this sign. I will be in the car.
Everything.
That's what
But
they do. They take you places they know is way out of it's not an enjoyable trip ever with a
But you know
narcissist.
what I'm waiting to hear? I haven't heard this story yet, and I'm sure it's out there somewhere where somebody went to another country with them and they took off with their passport.
That would
Like, get back home. I'm dying to hear that story. I know it's out there somewhere.
No, I ain't got that one, but I do have something, man.
Dang.
I remember.
They will do that
So
too.
at this point, so look, at this point in the situation, we're nearing the end, right? We're nearing the end. The end, and this is how it looked, right? This is how it looked. I'm still, like most of us, trying to be amicable, right? That word is your enemy, ladies and gentlemen. You trying to get out of this mess, it ain't gonna be amicable, all right?
No.
So for all of y'all trying not to, I don't want to be all this and I don't want it to be all loud and nasty and fighting. That's what it's gonna be. So stop being afraid, because that's what it's gonna be. You ain't got no choice in the matter. But I'm out of the country because at this point we vacationing. She doing her, I'm going, and I'm trying to start my life over. You know what I'm saying? Until we get to this divorce date, right? But at the same time, we still talk and we still. I wanted to use the word cool, but we not cool because you still trying to set me up. So I'm out of the country, right? I'm in Mexico, and I'm somewhere. I think I was in Mexico. Anyway, I'm out of the country, and we still have the same phone plan. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to go into a foreign country and most of the people don't speak English and your phone get cut off.
Oh my God.
Cut off my phone. I'm like, we on the same plan, but okay. Trick me into using her plan. Trick me, and I'm gonna give you real quick. Trick me into getting on her plan because it turned into one of those. Well, what you got to hide? What you doing? Why are you so afraid to be on my plan? When you got something to hide? Yeah. So that's another one, y'all. Well, let me not even say that. At the end of the day, y'all, if you with somebody you don't trust, don't connect your phone with their phone. Don't connect your bank account with their bank account because it's gonna be ugly, man. So I'm over there. Fortunately, I did not have a joint. We had a joint bank account. No, we didn't have a joint bank account anymore. I think I cut that off in the second year we was married. I think I cut off the second year we was married because these people can be very foolish with a bank account. So I'm over there. I had to go to one of those stores. It's like going to an Apple store. It wasn't an Apple store then because I don't know. I had Apple, but it wasn't an Apple store over there. They had something else over there, and I went to their thing to get internet. I bought because you can get the mobile internet thing over there, and I got me a mobile internet, and I was able to use the phone because I was using my internet, while my phone cut off in another country because I was crazy enough to have business mixed up with a narc, and then literally got into a situation at the end of the entanglement because I was trying to keep a phone number that I had for about 16 years. No. At that point, it was 20 something years. It was 20 because it's at the end. So trying to still keep my phone number, I literally told this person, okay, I'll give you $500 just to give me that phone number back. Because if you get on their phone plan, they own the rights to your phone number at that point. And everybody that knows you, that don't know that new phone number, you got to go get a new phone number.
Yeah.
And I use that phone for business. So I was like, nah. I need this number, But I didn't get, it wasn't no passport situation, nothing like that. But no, you shouldn't have said that, China, because it's a fool out there waiting, to get somebody out the country just to try that.
Yeah.
They
but
love destroying you.
I want to answer Bella. That's my girl. I got you. So to answer your question, the reason why is because these people keep score. And at the end, that's when they plan on having that chaotic breakup, or if it's a family member, they have to go out with a bang. because they've been building up to this. They've been building that hatred. They've been building that vindictiveness. And so when they finally make that exit, they thought they crossed their T's and dotted all their I's where they'll never need you again. And so then they leave out that way because now it's payback time. And that's why it has to be chaotic. They have to have something to traumatize you with, and then to make it even worse, not even give you closure or even tell you why.
And that destroyer, remember that movie Conan the Destroyer? It's a lot of movies that talk about the destroyer. That destroyer, that's before the narc, pre-narc. The destroyer been watching and lurking for a long time. That's what the Bible talk about when they just lurk in the snare, setting traps, the bait trapper. Psalms 91 cover that. You got one that walking noonday, the arrows fly by day. You got the destruction that happens at 12. That's why a lot of things that is sent to disrupt your day happens around lunchtime, even in the workplace. It goes deep with that. But this destroyer that embodies the narcissist, that uses that vessel before it even crossed your path, it was sent and tailored specifically for you. That thing was lurking and watching you, and it couldn't wait to get you to that point. Just get your heart enwrapped in it. Make sure y'all spirits is meshed together. It couldn't wait to destroy you. Like it literally was plotting and planning, like somebody writing a novel on all the different ways that they're going to do it and the expressions that you can possibly have on your face. You talking about jealousy and envy to the core of these people. They hate it when you brushing your teeth. They hate it when you showering every day. They hate it when people talking to you. They hate it when you talking back and you can smile, you can laugh, and it's genuine because they can't feel it. They just be, and then they can look, and it's some stares that you catch them looking, and they just be like they look at you like, I hate them. That is that spirit. That's that the person, the real them is gone to the gone. That spirit is looking like, I got the perfect try. Hopefully, this will take their life. That's how that demon thinks.
Take your own.
This is not like something to take lightly when you have endured a narcissist. This was meant for the end game. Satan don't just be wasting players. A lot of times people have very high cause and purposes in this end time. And Satan is trying to take everybody out. These people that he reserved,
get you. I'm sorry.
yes,
He have to get you before you
yeah,
realize who you are.
before you realize who you are. And that's why God is like, he launching his army. This is the separation of the wheat from the tares. Years ago in the 80s and 90s, if somebody would have tried to rip us away from the north, we would have fought for that love. We would have been like, no, we love them. Marriage is sacred. We honor our vows, because we do honor our vows. We wouldn't have known until we got into this time period when he really launched it and platforms is out there, how common this thing is. And wow, this is not something that's just in our relationship. These are some demonic beings out here, hybrids that then launch. Something is going on. And the veil is thin so we can see the evil. Back then, we couldn't see the evil. We just felt like, oh, marriages are tough. Our marriages are not tough. That's a lie. Marriages are not tough. God ordained marriages to be good, and they are good in him. Marriages with the devil, yeah, that's a complicated situation. You're going to be going through some things. Maybe some, not living. There's a lot of things that can happen with that because it's the devil. He's
But you
not
know
cool.
what? And a lot of I want to say this too, because a prime example of this is you can have like somebody like a pastor. You know how they tell their stories. Oh, I was a pimp. I used to sell drugs. I was on drugs, and and I found my way to the church, and here I am. These people, they can't do right, and these type of people get in this church and they see a new kind. They want to con people out of their money. They want to con people out of tithing. They want to sleep with people in the church. They want to twist the Bible to make you give your money how they see fit. God told me somebody's going to give me their rent money today. God told me if you give me your rent money, he's going to triple it. And you see, Marvin Sapp locked people in the church for that money.
You heard me. I said lock the door.
That's what they do. Oh, my
lock the doors.
ex-narcissistic husbands from the they teach them how to be pastors.
Ushers, please lock the door.
See, they teach them how to be pastors in prison. Okay.
Until we get 20,000, lock the doors.
It was 40,000, and he got it too.
Yeah, and the goons will be there. They make sure they had a concealed carry and everything. It gets so crazy behind the scenes with the pastor stuff. I mean, everybody be in on it, and that's what's even worse. Is like they all be in on it.
Sorry, wow, this is on my mind. This is coming from the man who never would have made it. So how did you find?
Yes. Never would have made it.
It's horrible.
But you know what? What it really says is, because see, now a lot of people who had means, we in a different day now, guys. That one thing that we grew up on that people never really paid a lot of attention to it, but everybody grew up hearing this, and that is, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Yeah.
We heard it, and we kind of, we don't think too much of it. That's how, and it changes more than every 5 years. We out of that 5-year rotation now, but in 5 years, there will be a completely different world every 5 years. So if you're not looking that far down the road, the people, like, okay, when you have a business, it starts out those first few years, man, it's marvelous. And we're getting rich over here. After 5 years, it's gonna be, it ain't that your food is different, or your whatever business concept you have isn't still a great idea. It's that you got people that have been watching you, and they see that oh man, you're getting rich over there. Watch what I do this. I'm gonna put this twist on it. And then you got 5 other companies, 5 other competitors right next door to you. So what you were getting before, no, it's not going to be the same thing that you were getting as you got before, because now you have a different level of competition. So, and that money is going to always change places. I don't care who you see on top this year, that's not going to be the top person next year. So, as it relates to that money, man, that money is always going to be changing. And you see those people who were, when they got that album deal, even the gospel artists, yeah, they gotta still be performing somewhere. And when they hot, yeah, you get to charge people something crazy. But when you're not as hot no more, you don't just get to tell somebody, well, I'm gonna need 200,000 to perform tonight. Right. Look at you, you lost every marble in your head if you think we about to hand you $2,000 to perform in here tonight.
That's how the world, though. That's compromise. Once compromising step in, that's a compromising church. Revelation talk about 7 of them. Jezzy in there. Jezzy then infiltrated the church.
Man, Jezzy got the church.
That was her assignment.
Jezzy, I'm gonna tell y'all, Jezzy is a bad mother. Shut your mouth, because man, Jezzy done turned this world upside down, side outside, up, sideways. Jezzy is a bad mother. Shut your mouth. Good God.
And she working with the Queen of the Coast. So Jezzy more saying towards like the religious part. And then you got Queen of the Coast too. Like it's a lot of them down there in that marine, but they doing what they do. And people have to be careful of fantasy, not getting caught up in fantasy. Yeah. God is the best matchmaker. Being patient, not having a type. When people be like, oh, I got a type. What's your type based on? What is your type based on?
But you know what? Y'all say that because Harry used to get on me because I said I had a type, and he was like, listen here. Because I'm
gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it to you again. I'm gonna say it to you again. Because I was talking to a young lady the other night. Ladies, listen, I'm gonna tell you, your beauty literally is at a place where it's turning into a curse.
Yeah.
It's turning into your worst curse. And I'm saying that because, and I'm gonna say something that my man Kevin Samuel said. You know, your beauty is turning into a curse because you have so many options that you never get to a place in your life where you recognize that as time is going on, you really don't have the options that you had. But in your mind, you still that one. I'm still, I'm still Queen Bee up here. No, you're not. No, you're not. But in your mind, and I'm saying that respectfully, because listen, y'all. In my mind, when I see a mirror, I'm telling y'all, when I look in the mirror, I still see a skinny kid. I still see the skinny kid I was when I was 142 pounds.
Yeah.
I still think that I'm that skinny kid. And now when I look at the scale and it say 285,
Lord Jesus Christ.
to me, listen, to me, I think I'm a skinny kid. I still think I'm a skinny.
And we have that, and that's what that splitting. Remember, I was saying that splitting happens, and sometimes it can alter perception. And what you see, like people with bulimia, they can see somebody fat, like whatever trauma they had, they can look in the mirror and literally see a different person, but there's a different persona looking through those eyes. And that's really what they see.
And that's what I'm saying.
I'm
so
confident
to be
with
a beautiful
myself,
woman,
no matter my size, though. That's the thing. I would love to get back to my 160, which I'm working on. And, I would love it, but I'm comfortable where I'm at too.
Let me have my my viral moment here. Hold up. So we always hear about, people saying, I'm the prize and the woman is the prize or the man is the prize. So we've gotten so far. We have gotten so far out of the direction of nature that we sitting here fighting about who is the prize. Guys, and I bet you money most people, men and women, don't know. A woman is the prize. So for all of you beautiful women and not so beautiful women, because everybody looking want the same type of man, regardless of what you look like. You're the prize, not him. Listen, y'all better go look at some of these old school movies like what was it, Claudine, and she met the trash man, and hey, listen, he was the trash man. It was James Earl Jones and the trash man, and she went out on a date with the trash man. Hey, that was a good date for her. You are the prize. You the one supposed to look good, not me. I ain't supposed to be finer than you or fine as you. You are the prize. And that's how it's always been with women. A woman would just choose a man because she is the prize. He go out and look great.
They didn't look good.
I'm about to go against
they didn't look real good. Okay.
But you know what? I used to think that way. And that's the thing. We get caught up in these movies, which are fairy tales. Nobody is the prize, not the man, not the woman. If you want to go by movies, then yeah. But if you want to go by the Bible, the Bible said that Eve was a gift. She was a helper. No, but she was not the prize, and neither was he.
She was the gift. Eve was the gift. What do you mean? Eve was the gift. She was the gift to Adam. She was put there to enhance his life. Listen, bro, I know you look a little. Your knuckles is ashy. You got some ash on your feet. Your breath stink. You don't wash yourself like you're supposed to. But let me put something soft in the opposite of you. Something feminine there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when Eve was brought into play, Eve was his gift. Eve is his prize. And that's what a woman is to a man. When I go out every day, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to bring home us something for us to eat. And I'm going to make sure we got a place to live. Because every day, and as a man, I can do this because my gift is at home. My woman, my prize is at home waiting for me. and is going to appreciate me, right?
They got two roles and they complement each other. When God the matchmaker, the roles will complement each other.
Yeah.
And that's it. It won't even be a
well,
why aren't you doing this role? Naturally, somebody will be that exact role. What happened with the narcissist stuff is that when you in a demonic situation, the role is always changed and based on which demon is presenting. So you might have the role that wants you to cook, then the role that hates cooked food, then the role that wants you to do this in bed, then the role that don't want to do nothing, that likes the same sex. You never know what demon you get. So that's why a lot of people are like having all of this stuff come out now on what's the gender role. The woman should do this, the man should do. You won't know until you get healed. And once you get healed, God know what He's doing. If He wants you to be with somebody, He's gonna bring that somebody to you. That somebody gonna be whoever you need to rock with, all the different use, and not use like the narcissist use.
But you gotta recognize. You gotta recognize when God done told, look, man, I done dropped something right there for you. I done dropped what you want. I dropped what you need right there. Now that's what you need. Now go ahead, because if you go out there and pick it yourself, you stuck with what you picked.
But your love gonna be so for God, like you already gonna be full. When we got with a narcissist, we had a void, even if we admitted it or not. Lord. There was a void there, a need. Because a narcissist study you and they go for that need. Like my need was, I was always overwhelmed. I had, crazy narc exes stealing my engines. That was a need. I needed somebody to step up because I couldn't really track my engines down to my car. But the narcissist was able to do that. Now, when you all the way in God, He gonna make sure your car cool, everything you got going on is good. And then when He ready, it'll just be a no-brainer. Like it'll just happen.
Just like no thought.
Before you read that, Harry, let me say this. I want to say this part to that too. I think that the man and the woman should have the backbone, but I believe the man should lead. And the woman should be the backbone for the man when his give out.
Okay. All right. I'm going to let that go.
Exactly.
Because I like the way you said, I like how you cleaned it up. Okay. I like how you cleaned it up. Because see, one thing that we cannot do, one thing that we're not going to do is we're not going to conform to the system that this modern civilization is telling us to conform to, because it clearly ain't working. This mess going on in the streets out here right now clearly ain't working. We don't have defined roles. So that's why don't nobody feel like they got to do nothing. I was actually having a call with a female friend of mine. And I was like, listen, she literally got triggered. We were talking, she got triggered. Because I was like, why you don't want to be at home and try something new for a guy? When you meet a guy, try something new, try something different, make him dinner. You want to get married, right? You want to get married. Instead of saying, take me out for spending $250, look, come by the house, I'm going to make you dinner. Because see, the way that a man thinks, I'm telling y'all, it's two ways to us. And if you know how to get to that stomach, then you're going to win. I'm telling you, you're going to win. You're going to win. Because it ain't too many houses that a man can go to and getting some good food being cooked in it. It ain't. I'm telling you, he ain't got but one or two choices. If he lucky, he got two choices. Usually, we don't have any choices about who can I go to somebody's house unless you're going to your mama's house and you got to hope your mama can cook. And you got to hope she's going to cook for you. So as men, and I said, listen, go cook instead of going out, do something different. Screen him on the phone. Make sure he ain't a total nut job, crazy, this, that, and whatever. And then say, hey, you know what? Okay, let's get together. By the time you don't finish screening them, let's get together. I'm going to make you dinner. Okay. Because you've already let them know you're intentional. Look, I want to be a wife. I ain't trying to go through this long, other crazy process. And let's go out on dates and listen, I'm trying to get me a husband. I'm trying to get him fast. All right. Fast you're going to get him is maybe in about a year or two. If you're lucky, you can do it in a year or two. Because as we get older, as we get older, don't nobody trust nobody no more. Ain't nobody talking that marriage stuff out here no more.
I don't want to get married again. That's where I'm at now. I wanted it. You know me. I'm
trying to let you off, China. I'm trying to let you off the hook here. Because you done ate all your words of everything else you said you wasn't gonna do. Okay, you done ate all of that stuff up, and look. And China talking that, and then out of nowhere, some dude walk up to her and say, "Hey, baby, I need to talk to you. I need to get to know you." And China like, "Whoa." She starts tingling in ways she ain't tingled in a long time, and she's like, "Whoa." I'm all of a sudden starting to see myself looking. She's looking at her ring finger again, like, "Wow."
And that's what I said. You know me, I'm wishy-washy. 1 minute I don't want to get married.
That's the point that I was trying. I was trying to let you off on that one.
This is a funny talk tonight.
So again, I'm just saying.
I would always recommend being healed.
I'm trying to tell this woman. You know, listen, you got to do something different. You done tried all that go out to dinner stuff. You done tried that speed dating. You tried all this other stuff. It ain't none of it work, right?
Right.
She really was triggered. Like, no, he got to do something first. I was like, listen. That's that pretty woman privilege. I'm telling you, it's gonna have you in there with them cats. I'm telling you, it's gonna have you in 10 years. You're gonna be in there with them cats saying, no, I'm sticking to this standard. I'm telling you, if you was out here without a job and you ain't had no way to make no money, it would just be like, wow. It would click just like, wow. Like, whoa. And you can't see, whoa, I want a man. And this woman is young. She's young. She's in her 30s. She's in her mid 30s. I'm like, listen, you still want to have some children? You got time, but right now you at the geriatric stage. As a woman, there's a sense of urgency. You ain't supposed to be outside and staying outside. And I figure it out when I'm 40. Like, really, y'all? How many women I see on YouTube be talking about I'm putting my eggs away and for what? Won't you shut your mouth and get in that kitchen and give somebody something traditional because you want something traditional? Yes, you do. Yes, we all do. You know.
See, yeah,
he's gonna be a little crazy, something, whatever.
You didn't let me finish. My thing is, you know what I've been through. Dragged through that divorce for that 3 years, and this is my thing. If a marriage is a piece of paper that's created by the government, by the man. God says once you sleep with someone, you become one with that person. And so, you know, I mean, you're married when you sleep with that person. And I think I have a couple of husbands.
That start to come to you can get a spirit spouse, and the spirit spouse is
spirit spouse.
Them things ain't no joke.
In the big beautiful bill, he said, if y'all live together for 5 years, y'all married now. So some of y'all married and don't even know it.
See, but this is the reason why I'm saying this too, is because at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, I get to walk away with my stuff and they get to walk away with theirs.
There it is. Okay. Rockwell. Thank you so much for that super chat, Rockwell. Mwah. Rockwell said, I'm escaping by relocating to another state. I turned 50 on 8/6. 8/6 today is 8/8. Oh, wow. Congratulations. Happy birthday, Rockwell. Did we say Rock?
Happy birthday.
I sang happy birthday. Rockwell, I was singing happy birthday to y'all before you came on. And you know what I'm saying? Keisha's birthday was this week. Whose birthday was in the chat? Somebody's birthday was in the chat. I got a short memory, y'all. Okay, it happens when you dealing with a narc. You lose these short-term memory loss. That's what it is. Don't be
short-term memory loss.
Librarian said she was married to a Leo. No slight to you Leos, but my theory about a Leo, I call them lying Leos because they lie for free. They lie for no reason. They lie for no occasion. They lie for the free 99. They are liars. Lie. Not all y'all.
Y'all, but
I
Now,
don't. The
10 months.
zodiac is like because
Hold
it's
up. This is 10 months for Raquel. 10 months divorced.
yay.
Podcast has helped me so much. Thank God. And you all. Hold, let me get my girl Patrice in here real quick. Patrice. Hey, Patrice. Can I say because she is not only sent a super chat, she is also sent in sponsorship. Thank you so much. Patrice said these idiots do hoover back even after 4 years. And I saw a comment that Patrice made in the chat earlier. She was like, "Man, this fool just called me again. 5 years. I mean, 5 years no contact. He still and he blocked calling her from different numbers. 5 years later."
Don't breed
4
with
years
them. Do not breed with them. That's the only advice I can give. They never stop. It's like the Terminator. You
Don't
know the
stop, won't
birthday
stop,
came
can't
up. Even if you turn everything off, like I'm just gonna chill out on the birthday, they will
stop, won't
find you
stop.
through the children. And
Can't
you
stop,
know, it's
won't
just
stop.
like happy birthday. You know, such and such died. Great, you really
Man,
just
you
proved
know
your
what?
disorder. This is what you got to look forward to if you ever try to breed with these people, think they're gonna be some type of parent, or think that something down the line is gonna trigger some type of mental reset. It doesn't. They are the same. They try to figure out how to get back in, like into your life. That's it.
Let me say this, Harry, I accidentally put Tehran in a timeout when I was trying to get that other troll. So I am very sorry if she can come back in and hear this. It was not intended. I clicked the wrong one and didn't even pay attention. I am so
I see
freaking sorry.
trying to be in here just
Yeah.
going just pressing buttons, and half of y'all blocked and don't even know it till you get back in here.
No, I just put her on a timeout. That's it. I didn't try.
It's Tehran.
And the sign thing, I don't quite do the sign thing ever because Zodiac, Satan perverts everything. And when you in a new creature in God, he really just changed all of the DNA. But people, narcissists come in every type of calendar day possible. And they all are demonic and horrific.
We be thinking there's something special about certain signs, man. Please.
Yeah. Don't think with the compatibility, like you're gonna be compatible with this month. No, I've had that stuff happen. We almost both unalived each other. Like that's how that'll go. Because you're dealing with the devil and it's two kingdoms. And you gotta, it was self-defense. I mean, everything I've ever done is all been self-defense, and it came with many, many warnings. So
man,
I want to answer Ronnie's
I
question.
think Keisha got a hood side that we ain't never seen. I don't want to see it either. I do not want to see it because I just got that feeling. Keisha one of the women that will check you and you be like, whoa.
You know,
I would have been a narco speaker.
Lady had that in her.
I want to answer Ronnie's question. It's not a dumb question. And you know what? People have, because the minute that you call them a narcissist, they're going to look it up. And then they start seeing their patterns of behavior. And now you just only made them self-aware. And then it just gets worse because now they know you know who they are. They are well aware. Once you call them somebody that, they're going to look that up. And then they're going to see that they do the exact same thing and they're going to try to spin it. They're either going to turn it back on you or justify what they're doing and say that they're not. So yeah, you can convince them that they do have this disorder, but they don't care because they're so far gone that this is what they're used to.
They'll turn it back on you in the same sentence. The con artist, the uneducated con artist, has convinced the whole church and everyone that will listen, put it in a book and everything, and sold it that I was the narcissist.
Hey, Keisha,
uneducated con artist from prison with the felony numbers.
Hey, Keisha,
I'm the narcissist.
Hey, Keisha, I would pay to just be a fly on the wall to see you in a room getting ready to get married to this dude that you told us didn't have no teeth. And
it was never a room. You know how narcissists do. They got a notary on deck. You ain't about to get married in no traditional way. You gonna get married. We gonna do this. We gonna sign this paper. Okay.
You gonna sign this paper and my
paper gonna get
uncle,
signed, the bank
and my
account's
uncle
gonna
gonna do
merge.
the look. My uncle gonna do the ceremony at my
We
cousin
may or may
Joe's
not have
backyard.
one if you act right. We may have
Look at
one later.
Joe's Crab Shack. We're gonna do this in the back of Joe's Crab Shack on
Right.
the on the table they
They
wash the
got the
dishes on.
notary. They always keep a notary. They know
I'm telling
somebody.
you, I told you guys
Whew.
what happened. Like I married my second one in a month's time, and how that ended up happening. We had just moved to Indiana, and we were on the bus, and we was like, "Oh, they're on City Hall." I was like, "Want to get married?" He was like, "Yeah," and we got off the bus and got married.
That's how it is. It be just
Yeah,
like that. God
They
said,
want to get
and you
married.
like, well, I guess if God said it.
But that's what I'm saying. That's how easy it is for us as men. We be like, man, we don't know what to do. We don't know what to say. We got to watch a movie to show us, oh, we supposed to do this. Oh, we're supposed to, okay. All right, well, we'll work that out, but other than that, no. The woman with she is our prize possession. That is my prize right here. And the reason, listen, y'all, now this is the theory behind the prize. Okay. The theory behind the prize, because what is a prize? A prize is something that only one person has. I'm the only one that gets to have this. That's what makes it my prize. We don't have a lot of prizes out here no more, y'all. Good God.
No.
We don't. We don't have that out here like that no more. Lord have mercy. But we're gonna get ourselves back to that at some point.
they're out there. You got to understand. Some of them are in fight or flight mode right now.
Yeah.
They are unhealed. They're
Everybody.
there, but
Everybody's in fight or flight mode. I promise you.
yeah, and I don't care how healed you are. Like even with me, I'm still very hyper vigilant, and I'm gonna be that, I guess, to the day I die, because I mean I don't trust. It's hard to trust that people are who they say they are.
Right.
And so,
There you go.
I'm like
There you go.
always looking for that shoe to drop or that mask to fall, and it ruins, good friendships and relationships. But hey, what can you do,
And be patient. Like everything was rushed. Instead of the first husband, that's like teenage stuff.
Well, I'm gonna
And
say
after
this.
that, it's like, oh, you do music. Okay, we can be this music couple. Let's do that. Like,
Hey,
you can't do that.
Keish, I'm gonna say this. You can, yes, patience is a virtue. You should be patient.
Yeah.
But however, if you beyond 27, you beyond the age of 27, don't be as patient. Okay. Don't be as patient. Be a little pushy, be consistent, be persistent. Flirt, learn how to flirt. Yeah, remember when that was a time women used to flirt. I'm old school, y'all. It was a time women used to flirt with guys. I mean, that's why we would go to a place and buy a woman a drink, because she would just bat her eyes and smile at us. And
that's what God told you don't do.
Her a drink. Let me send her a drink over here. Women don't do that stuff no more. That's why
he said don't do that in Proverbs. He was like, do not go with the flattery of the eyelids. He said they will take you down to nothing. It's
flirting.
In here.
As men, we want women that flirt with us. They must tell us that give us a sign that she is available.
Don't do that.
Besides her looking at you like, what you know, I'm not blinking my eye at you. I'm not going to drop my handkerchief and let you come pick it up and say, how you doing?
I don't do all of that, but I'm not going to even lie. I've never, any guy that I've dated, I've never flirted with. I just didn't. Never. Wow. I just, yeah. Wow. It wasn't a conscious thing. It's not like I'm saying I like this guy.
How did they know you liked them? Like, how did that work?
Because they would just walk up to me because they like me and say something to me, and then I would give them the conversation. That's how.
And
I think the devil told all of them, like, go for her.
Eye contact, no nothing. They just walk in there, commando ready. Just, hey, I'm gonna just jump out there on a limb. How you doing, ma'am?
I avoid eye contact with people for some reason. I'll be sitting somewhere and I'll see the person look and I'll just turn my head, just And then eventually they work their
So there
way
you
over
have it.
there and they say something.
Mm-hmm. There you have it. There you have it. There you have it. There you
I
have
don't
it
know
right
how
there.
any of the ones I think they were just like they were sent. I could say they were strategically sent because I don't know. I don't even realize
It was
how it all
strategically
happened.
spent. Mm-hmm.
They were sent because they just come. I don't remember meeting. See, dissociation, that kind of stuff. That is a crazy thing.
But
It's
see, I'm saying the things that I'm saying because the stuff that's going on ain't working. The stuff that's happening ain't working. And I'm saying this. When we listen to the stats in each city, right? So now they're talking about how diseases are so prevalent
yeah.
in different cities. Y'all know why? That's proof that everybody's sleeping with the same person.
Yeah.
That's proof right there. That proves to you, okay, everybody in that city, y'all all doing it to the same people because y'all just passing it around to each other.
And especially if you're in a small town, that makes it even worse because everybody knows your name.
Man,
And
and
that's
I'm
why,
saying even the big towns is going around
Well,
to the
iniquity is
same
up. They
people.
released the movie Wicked. Wicked is translated iniquity. That's the sin. That's the heart sin. So anytime you
But
got
listen,
sexual immorality, you got disease, you got everything that comes from that kingdom. That's what it is. The angel of death
but
governs
listen,
that.
but think about this. Back in the day, old school moms and pops, grandma and them, they didn't have that issue like that. The most that they had was somebody was gonna get the clap, and you know who you got that from. They knew who they
right.
got that
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
because it was only certain people that moved like that back
Yep.
then. Now, not so much, but back
They got an
then,
app where you find somebody that's ready to get down in the parameter. An app can be like, oh, somebody like me. Let's go to the bathroom. That's how that is. That's how the level of
no,
wickedness
no,
has
no.
increased.
I'm saying back in the day, there was a different level of etiquette. And back in the day, somebody just come over to the house and they be like, hey, I want to date, I want to date
Yeah,
Keisha. So, hey, Keisha,
that's the
I'm
morality
gonna
was
ask her
there.
father. I'm gonna go ask her father, can I date Keisha? Because that's how it was done. And Keisha
And I
just kind of
always
had to,
had
and
riffraff.
look, even if he didn't look so good, Keisha, you kind of had to date him because that's how it was. Because the woman was the
Yeah.
woman was the one that looked incredible, not the guy. And everybody chasing around the best looking guy and passing that same situation around in every city. It ain't working, y'all.
I had some really ugly guys, and I still got played. And I'm just saying that
That's
I
the
I'm not
was
worst.
listen,
That's the worst.
the worst.
that's the answer
I'm gonna say
100%.
funny looking.
I'm not
I'm
saying
not
that
gonna
that's
say
not
ugly.
that's the answer 100%. I'm just saying that the things that are going on now, everybody's so cautious and this and that. And now they got a new app out. The what is it
A
called?
bunch of ass.
What is it called now? The new app where you can find out if the person you dealing with is dealing with other people. What is it
I
called?
don't even know. I'm just so caught up
Oh,
in.
it's called the T. It's called the T app.
Oh,
The T app, man. It's the T app, and you put the person you dealing with in there, and other women will tell you if they dealing with, are you dating the same person,
Yeah,
basically.
I told you guys they have that some like here where you could go on Facebook and join that group, and people got all types of men
Yeah,
in
yeah, but
there.
now it's an app.
And
Now it's an app, so you can go across the country with it. You can go everywhere with it. But they put one out for guys too.
yeah, I
mm.
Yeah,
want
oh
to
yeah.
say
Are we
something
dating
to
the same
William.
guy? Yeah,
William,
something like that.
I I lost his. Oh, he said we even want our wife to give us signs that she's in the mood for physical romance. Non-physical romance that evolves into physical romance is my favorite type of romance. I agree. I'm not gonna put my business out there, but my man would never have no problem knowing.
Yeah. I'm a I'm so old fashioned. I'm not
Mhm.
Oh
even
no,
gonna
no,
lie.
no,
I'm
no,
so
no!
old
I'm
school with
cool,
this
yeah.
now.
And that's why I say doctors don't know what they're talking about, because half the time they say when you in menopause, your sex drive is low. Mine's the opposite. I'm not gonna even lie.
Mm-hmm. You know what? You know
I
what
am a
though?
praying
I'm
person,
gonna say
like
this.
as
I'm
far
gonna say
as
this.
like
The reason I
relationship.
think
I'm praying,
the reason that I
like,
think that we watching so many people go through that is because of the way people are dating now. I think that it's just because the way life is going. You know, most of the people that's getting
yeah.
in marriages, man, we learning in real time that everybody you thought had the greatest marriage, man, they had the worst marriage.
They
Oh
got
Them
yeah.
be the
set
ones
up
who had they got the worst story to tell, and they don't want nobody to know. They don't want
because
nobody to
people
know how
not
bad it really
divorced that
was.
they think like if they got spirit spouses, a spirit spouse that is in the spirit realm, marine kingdom, is going to work against your marriage. It's going to hook you up to break you up. And that's why, like, even with dating and forming, what happens with soul ties is actually that person's spirit. Y'all have a spirit connection in the realm of the spirit. The people that can see that stuff, like you got them on both teams. You got your witches in them, you got God's people, the prophets in them. They can see that, and it's like two, like y'all spirits actually do have a union. And that's why it's such a mental pull, and that can only be separated through God, because he separates the soul and the spirit. But if that is still connected, then people got a lot of tentacle connections to this one and that one and this one and that one, and they're
Mhm.
not divorced from those. So when they go into something else, they pulling all of those tentacles into another situationship, or what they would consider a marriage, but it's bringing all of those curses and diseases and things into that. Once God purified a vessel, he got to let a person know who they are. Once he purified a vessel, which this is the job he really likes to do, he is the matchmaker. He would love to give a person one of his daughters, but that person got to know how to treat his daughter. God don't play about his children. And just
Mhm.
like with his son, he would love to give his son a really, really good woman. But if it's a
Mhm.
Jezebel, he's not going to make that connection, because that's going to destroy his son. So God has to be first and foremost in anybody's life, or everything else is going to become idolatry.
Whoo, man, you
That's
know,
what we got to do.
I'm sitting here laughing because I'm thinking, man, Lord, man, the stuff that God got to go through dealing with us. Good
Yeah.
God Almighty. The stuff he got to go through. Like, Lord, I just sent you this, and look what you doing. You won't even call them back. You won't act
Yeah.
right. You won't this, you won't do. But then for this fool over here, you will do anything. Like, come on,
Right.
somebody make it make sense.
I
What does
mean,
Lust.
God have?
To
What is
make it make
God
sense,
going through?
lust will make you do some crazy things, probably worse than crack. Lust, you would do all kind of stuff for that. And so
Hey,
you
look,
you gotta
it
handle that
sure
thing.
will. It sure will. Made me stay in the craziness for 25
Yeah.
years. You know, people get off crack in less than 25 years.
see, and that's what I'm saying nowadays. The way people are just out here, they're putting their mouths on anything, they're giving their bodies to anybody. It doesn't even matter anymore. And that's
Yeah,
why the STD rates are very, very high. And people are
extreme,
not
extreme.
using protection. People just not protecting their bodies. And the Bible says your body is a temple. Even though it's going to sustain some damage, it shouldn't be something that you're helping damage this temple, you know. And a lot of
Exactly.
people are doing that by just sleeping around and not using protection. They just don't care anymore. There's no morale in this world anymore.
Thanks, Linda. Man, we live in a day and a time where it's over for this devil. It's over. And they can keep remixing it and keep on redoing it and trying to recircle it around and do it over and retwist it, but it's over. It's over. The only thing that keeps it up is the fact that we are the only man. I saw something just the other day, another video. I watch a lot of videos. So in this video, there was a guy who was a sheep herder. He had sheep. I guess he'd get their milk, whatever. I don't know what he did. He was herding the sheep, but he did something to show us exactly what sheep will do once they're put in a certain situation. And that was he led them in a circle. He led them in a circle, but it's I'm gonna show you where we're just like them. He put them in this, took them in this circle, right? He put them in this circle, and it was probably about 300 sheep, right? And initially, the sheep followed one particular sheep, right? Ain't that something? A sheep followed.
I'm a sheep.
The sheep.
We want to be the sheep. We don't want to be the goats.
The sheep followed a sheep. Did I say that right? I hope I did. I went to public school. So
we got a shepherd.
He was walking around this arena. He was walking around this arena in a circle, right?
Yeah.
So when he caught up to the back of the circle, he walked out of the circle because the leader sheep was following him, and then he walked out. So they were following that leader sheep. Eventually, the circle closed. So all the sheep kept doing was going in a circle. They don't stop. That's us. We don't recognize. We just sitting there following. We just walking in this circle. Like, what we doing? I don't know, but we was in a circle. We was going in a circle.
We got a shepherd. That's why we're supposed to follow the shepherd. We got the best shepherd.
But the point was they were following him, but he going in a circle. Yeah. So now when you outside of the circle and you're looking at the circle, when you're outside and you're looking at the circle, you can't tell who they following.
Right.
They just going in. Got their eyes on the wrong thing. They should be looking up and going bad.
They should have knew. You saying they should have knew. God. We should have known. The sign. Listen, the sign.
I made every wrong choice. I 100% know that.
Say what?
I made every wrong choice. I take ownership and accountability.
Welcome to the club.
It's so good. Now I'm making better choices.
Welcome to the club. Because
fun choices, but wrong choices.
Hey, listen, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful place to be. Man, this has been a wonderful night. I think we got some incredible answers about how you escape a narcissist. Yeah. Man, we're going to revisit it because, man, that's what we do. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a good night. Y'all, these ladies dropped incredible knowledge in here, as they usually do. So, we're going to do what we usually do and say, but okay. Ladies, what y'all gonna leave them with for the weekend? Give them something mental. Give them something mental, like BBD used to be. Their sound was mental. Moved out on the R&B tip with a pop feel to it.
Oh my God.
So,
I was like, they'll be at the back girl. And then they make poison. They was trying to tell everybody.
They did
that
Ray,
how you escape a narcissist?
December, Ray. Yeah, we're shooting for December, Ray. DC. Yes, indeed. DC. Well, it's gonna be in Maryland. It ain't gonna be DC. It's gonna be in Maryland, but yeah.
Hey, wait. So, how to escape a narcissist? Gotta no contact. You gotta cut them off. Then you gotta deal with your issue of lust. You're gonna have to deal with that. And then you're going to have to really start confronting your own self in a lot of different areas that was kept hidden for a long time. Because all the narcissists was they was smear campaigning you, helping you to put on your own smear campaign before they put some other kind of smear campaign out there. So you got to face your own stuff. If you are prideful, you got to face that. If you lustful, you got to face that. If you shy or have rejection or whatever, you got to face that. The dysfunctional family, you're going to have to face that. All of these things you have to face, and you have to allow God to open up those areas in his time. And you have to be patient and compassionate with yourself in the process, because it's a process. 3 years, I'm still discovering stuff about myself because I've always had other different type of identities. cheerleader, music person, rapper, singer, whatever else, whatever was going on, that was me. Honors person, practitioner, like doing whatever to the best that I can do. However, the real me got smothered away in a toxic family way before I started going anywhere in the world. That is who you got to reconnect with. You got to nurture her and love her, or him. If it's a guy, nurture him, love him, find out what he likes, not outside of I like what you like, or I do what you do. Remember that Coming to America movie? Whatever you like, I do. Whatever you, that was that Eddie Murphy scene with the wife, the arranged marriage wife. But we have to find out who we are, and then the together integrated us, not separated, having fantasy and about what this might be like, this relationship, this love fantasy or whatever. The real integrated us have to deal with every part of our life, the overwhelmed parts, the stress parts, the difficult parts, and have to do that. And that's how you start to escape all narcissists. Do things yourself. Like, it's some things that are very hard for me that I used to just fall apart and a narcissist would come rescue. Making those tedious phone calls. I hate doing it. I hate calling around and trying to get things taken care of. And, it sucks sometimes. It can be time sucking, but I have to do it. Yard stuff, I have to do it because it has to get done. And those are things where you no longer have to depend on a rescuer to come. You can do those things and be whole. So when people come, they're meeting your true need, that companionship need. They're not meeting just a functional need. That's how you start to escape. You got to integrate and deal with yourself in the present, not in the past, not about what a fantasy or a future fake or whatever. In the present, in the now. Who are you? What are you doing now? And stay in that.
That was
So
beautiful.
I want to
That was
say
good.
this.
Go ahead.
You're
Appreciate it.
already taking the first step by being here, by just being, watching us. But I want to do like a two-part thing to this. Another thing is you have to be able to endure and sit in that pain. So today is really officially the day that, you know, they found my sister murdered 2 years ago. But she had already been there. So I know the date, which was the 6th, which is really official to me, but it's not official until the coroner says so. And so today is the official day according to the state when they found my sister murdered in Chicago. And had I not told you
Mm,
guys this, you wouldn't even know. Because through all that pain, you still have to live. Because life is going to go on without you, regardless. And so I
mm,
choose to be
mm.
in pain, but to not let that pain engulf me. Because if I do, I would either be somewhere on some meds in a psych ward or probably had taken revenge for what was done to my sister. But the second part I want to say to this is um, you have the you have to remove yourself physically. And just because you remove yourself physically, you haven't really done the hard part, because the hard part is the mental. And that's where everything is stored, all the memories, all the good times, all the bad times. Unlike them, we choose to forget the bad times because we want to hold on to it. Our ego makes us hold on. I know mine did, because you know why? People tell us you guys were the couple to be. We were the couple that everybody looked up to because everything I hid. I wasn't the type of person that I would crash out on you in public if you did something wrong. But when we get home, I'm definitely going to tell you about it. So that was the type of person that I was. So you have to work on that mental, because your mind, it's the devil works on you. No contact is all good, but he's going to attack that because he's going to make you want to reach out. And then once you conquer that, then he's going to put a sex drive on you where you're going to want to have sex with somebody, and who you're going to think about them. He's going to attack everything that he possibly can. It's going to be a fight. It's not going to be easy, but you have to conquer all the things, because now you are in a fight with the devil. once you leave these people. And it's a hell of a fight, but you guys can do it because I did it. It's like I said, a made up mind is a powerful thing. And when I made up my mind that I was going to get my kids and I was going to move out of that house and do better for us, I gave myself a time frame. And once that day came, I hit the ground running, and I haven't looked back since.
Good God Almighty. Y'all hear that? A made up mind. Is there anything more powerful than a made up mind? So, ladies and gentlemen, you know, boy, oh boy, how do you escape from a narcissist? You know, we just scratching the surface on this. This is a very, very, very big topic. Very big topic. You know, because we do live in a world now where it is commonplace for relationships to not work, you know, for different reasons. Now, we already know somebody cheating on you. God gave us permission on that. Permission. This fool cheating. And then, you know, would I even question and say, God, this person ain't cheating, but they trying to stab me. They trying to shoot me. They trying to poison my food and trying to, you know, do all kinds of stuff to make sure I'm not living. I don't think God have a problem with us leaving that. Somebody trying to destroy you, your open enemy. You the one who made your mind up to marry your open enemy. And then we sitting back thinking, God gonna punish me for that? So, like I said in my book, bing, the session. I can't even see. I can't even see it right there.
Dang, you gotta put it into view. Oh, there it is.
There it is. Whew, man. Guys, yes. In order for you to escape this person, man, you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision. And a decision is an action. Okay? It's not just I'm sitting here, you know, and you know what? I ain't doing this no more. And then you do it. That's not a decision. A decision means that I am cognizant of what I'm doing here and I'm doing it. I'm no longer entertaining this craziness. It's done. I'm making a decision. A decision. Guys, a decision is very big. It is very big. And that's exactly where the process starts. When you're trying to get away from something like this, we are the type of people, we want to be right when we're doing it. We want to be right and we want to do it correctly. Okay. Because that's when we crying out to God at that point. We wasn't crying out at first. We was doing us. But at that point, hey, God done showed us, hey man, I see what it's like, Lord. I see what it's like when I tried it my way. I don't want to do it my way no more. I want to do it your way because, Lord, this hurt when I did it my way. So let me do it your way now. So make a decision that this is what I'm going to do. If you got a good marriage, why are you in here? And them people not in this group. And them people are not in this group. And if you got a bad marriage, guess why it's usually bad? It's usually I'm saying, now, it might not be every time, but usually it's bad because you're with a narcissist. Most people, there have been so many on this planet that you have what we would call an epidemic.
Yeah.
And It ain't no way I'm gonna try to convince nobody that that's what your life was intended to be, dealing with this person, this monster, this atrocity. No, that is not what your life is about. That was not what you were put here for, to fix it. And a lot of us got to put that Superman outfit or Superwoman outfit on the shelf. Send it to the cleaners for a little while. Because that's what's holding you in it. Trying to be Superman or trying to be Superwoman. You're going to save the day. You're going to save somebody. You got to, that you in a position where you get to be a savior. Well, who going to save you?
Right.
Well, God going to save me. Going to save you from a decision you made? God gave you free will. Gave you free will. And you freely chose. We all did it. I did it. That's why I'm saying this to you like that. Because I did it. I knew I was wrong. But some of y'all didn't know. I ain't mad at you. I knew I was making a gruesome decision. And that's how it turned out. If you know from the very beginning, this is crazy, and you keep walking forward, you're walking in craziness. Yeah. You're participating in your demise. Yeah, that's what I did. Guess what? I just made an analogy about the sheep running in a circle. You know, eventually they just run in the circle. They don't even know why they in the circle. They're like, hey, how we in the circle? Why am I still running in this circle? When did we stop? Do we get a break? Good gracious. Guess what? At some point, that's all they have to do. At some point, just like in that circle, those sheep, yeah, they running, but at some point they're gonna get tired. They're gonna say, hey, man, I'm thirsty, man. Good gracious, I've been running for the last 2 hours. Okay, that's it. I'm done. And they stop. And that's how you gonna get out of this thing with this narc. You gonna get tired. You're gonna get tired, and eventually you're going to stop. We just trying to help you get to that place where you stop. That's it. We trying to help you get to that place where you stop. And when you're dealing with these type of people, man, you got to understand, you ain't gonna fix this. It's not fixable. You're not going to fix it. It is not possible. Yeah, I said it. That is something that's not possible. You're not going to fix it. So you can keep on praying, but God punishing them people. That's the fix that they getting. That's it. They getting punished. All you got to do is stop and just watch the rest of the sheep run in the circle. You don't have to be one of them. Hey guys, it was an incredible show to hang in here with y'all tonight. As y'all can see, got a couple of new features on here. You know, the channel. You can now participate. You can be a member on the channel, because guess what? We're gonna start doing some content where we get to be a little more colorful. Yes. And you know, because YouTube, sometimes we want to be a little more colorful, and YouTube don't necessarily want all of that out there. So we're gonna start being able to do some videos where we can be a lot more colorful and be a lot more blunt and say it like it sure enough is. You know, like you was right in my face. I'm gonna say it to you just like it need to be said.
Like it T.I. is.
Like it T.I. is.
Like the first of all,
yes, indeed.
You're gonna go
there. Yes,
indeed.
For the people that joined, yes, indeed. Thank you so much for the people that came in here and joined today.
Yes.
Thank you for the sponsors, everybody. Yes, indeed. Join, because you know what? Because eventually the people who join get to see us in city to city when we start our city to city thing. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get to see us. It ain't gonna be something for everybody to see. It's gonna be something for the people that join. Yes, indeed. That's how life is, man. That's what it is. I don't make the rules. I follow the rules.
Let me throw this out there. I will be in Chicago the end of the month. So Raquel and whoever else, you can get in contact with me.
Ting, ting, ting.
Yeah. I'm going to pick up my little baby.
China is making an appearance in Chicago this month, y'all.
Yes, my sister, she breeds dogs, and I sent her the money for my dog. It's a little Shih Tzu, and I'm going to get my baby. Yes.
A Shih Tzu? What does Shih Tzu look like? What does Shih Tzu look like?
Like the SHIT? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm here too. I really don't. I'm learning names of dogs.
Yeah,
I would have to Google it.
It's a little dog, my baby. It'll be 6 weeks old, and I'm going to get my baby.
What do they look like? Do they look like poodles?
Kind of. Some can be curly, some can have straight hair. So,
they like the pocketbook dogs or something?
Yeah, one of those. Yes, I'm going to get my baby.
Can you see it?
My goodness.
Like that.
Oh, one of those. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're going to get the hair done
Google.
like that too?
I had to Google it.
No.
You're going to get the hair done like that, cut like that?
No.
That's a cute dog.
Okay. Those little dogs, boy, them be the ones going to try you. Man, oh man.
It's a lot of
listen, my brother's wife had some of those dogs. Goodness gracious, boy, you go to their house and Lord, can somebody say you need to keep the doors open? Little tiny, like, little dogs did all that. Good gracious, babies too. But you know, it's each person is an individual. Each person is different, so they may not have trained them very well. So you know that might be the deal.
It's all about the owners.
Hey y'all, it was wonderful hanging out. We're gonna leave you just like we came in here, just like we do every week. With nothing but love. Peace. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Happy birthday to everyone. Bye.
Happy birthday, everyone. Happy birthday to everybody. You got another year. You doing it. You winning. Yes, indeed. Life is good.